And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba's podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba's podcast.
Just die. What was that from?
We were talking about, okay, so this week's gold
Just die.
is Big D talking about, well, the other day I was telling you about how I had this charge that popped up. It was like $435 for a treadmill that my ex-wife had. And it's like some little monthly thing, but we paid for the year 2 years ago. Somehow it slipped through, and I don't know what was going on in my life last year. I didn't even know what was happening. But then this year I see it pop up, and it was like, you just got a charge for $435. I'm like, what? For what? And I go and look, it's for this treadmills like membership thing. You pay the whole year up front. And I'm like, I don't even have, not only do I not have the treadmill, but that was for the ex-wife that I don't have as well. So I don't want to have to pay for this. So I was talking about how I wanted to get reimbursed, and Big D's like, well, just call and tell them that you died, or that Sean died, and that we need the money. That's so that it's not being used. And you said that if you use that excuse, then they're always going to give you the money back because they feel bad.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, I am not going to say that and put that into the world. That's crazy talk.
I get that.
And a lot of people freaked out, like on the air, like people callers were like, yeah, you never say that. Like, I don't even say, if I'm trying to get out of something, I never go, oh, sorry, my kid got sick. Because as soon as you say that, your kid's going to get sick.
Yeah. But so you got out of it anyway, right?
Yeah, I did. I called and I just told them what the circumstance was. I go, okay, we'll reimburse you this in the next, and they always say 8 to 15 business days. Mm-hmm. 2 days later, it was credited back in.
Nice.
I was like, thank you, y'all. Y'all did a good job.
Just die.
Nobody had to die. No one had to die, so it was good.
Boy, when you really isolate it, I sound very, very violent. It's not me at all, is it? Just die. And angry. That's not angry.
Top Gun 3, I want to mention, is coming. I'm so excited. It's going to be, the main actors is going to be Tom Cruise. What's his name?
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, who played Goose's kid.
And Glenn Powell,
which is like the other guy, kind of like the Iceman character. Of the new ones.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a while. Like, we had to wait 10 years for the last Top Gun. And this one,
10? I think about in the 80s.
But I'm saying, like, when they said they were going to start doing it.
Right, but
when they said,
but we didn't see it. It came out in the 80s, and then we got it in 2022.
Oh, well, that's a long time. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like 10 years, sir. At a couple decades.
So who are they going to bring back for this one? Because they can't bring Val Kilmer back.
No, he died.
Right. So
Spoiler.
Is it going to be like, what's the lady that was in this last one?
Please bring Jennifer Connelly
Jennifer
back.
Connelly is in it. So now we're going to have, what if we have a love triangle between Jennifer Connelly, Tom Cruise, and what's her name from the old Take My Breath Away love scene?
Kelly McGillis?
Kelly McGillis.
What are you even talking about?
She could come back.
What are you doing?
There was a big rumor she was going to be in this last one.
Have you seen her?
Oh, yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's probably not a thing. So about that, we may want to focus on the love triangle between the youngins. Like get some chick in there or something, right?
Okay.
Like that would be the thing I'd manufacture.
And be Maverick hanging out with the grandkids.
Oh, I
Like,
don't want
wouldn't
to
that
see
be
that
weird?
either.
Like,
Ugh.
nobody wants to. I mean, because he was basically pretty much retiring himself at the
This
end
is
of that
why
one.
we don't allow you around studio executives, Bubba.
Okay, so we're gonna have
These
Maverick
aren't
sitting
going
there
well.
with the grandkids.
Tom Cruise is ageless, so I'm not
He
going to buy it
is.
even if you try to. Like, I know he's absolutely at grandparent age, but nope.
How old is he?
I think he's 60.
You're a grandparent age. I had a friend in high school who had a baby at 15,
Yep.
and then her baby had a baby at 15.
Homo.
So guess what? She was
That's
30
homo.
years old and a
Terrebonne
grandma.
Parish.
And I was
Yep.
like, oh my gosh, I'm old enough to be a grandparent at 30. What?
I remember high school, like sometimes chicks would just disappear. Remember that?
Yeah.
And for the longest, I didn't know why.
We had, if I'm
didn't.
not mistaken, we had a cheerleader that went MIA. And we
Just
were like,
disappeared.
What happened? And like the rumors were swelling and all that. I never found out what really happened. I wonder.
I don't know. Do they? I don't know. I don't know. Some came back. I had some that would come back, and it was fine. I mean, whatever. but-
Probably different now, right?
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because oh, really? It
Garrett,
was very
I don't know.
taboo. I mean,
Garrett, you're younger than us. Do you remember, girls disappearing from high school because
We had maybe one or two, but we all knew what was going on.
oh, okay.
So
It wasn't a
Yeah.
surprise or anything.
yeah,
'Cause we had-
rumors flew fast where I'm
We
from.
had 3 teenage pregnancies in my class total. And it was very much, but that's the thing. I don't know that it's age or generational. I think it's based on the school and based on like the town
Yeah,
and
it's
the
kind
area.
of more the community. I
yeah,
agree
the
with that.
community that, in some places it's like, oh, like I remember going to Ole Miss and my boyfriend who was from Alabama was telling me about kids in his class in high school that were married. And I was like, wait, what? They're sitting in like geometry with a wedding ring? Like this was foreign to me because I
What?
didn't.
See, I don't even. That's
Right,
crazy
and
to
I-
me.
and I was like, the what? Like,
He's rednecked us.
And you're the Connecticut
Hey,
person.
it was my look. I don't know what I was doing dating a guy from Alabama, but there we are. And yeah, I was like, wait, what? And we went to go meet one of his friends from high school. I think it was like our junior year. And he's like, yeah, we were in high school. She got married and they got divorced. And I was like looking at that, like, we're not even legal to drink and you have a divorce under your belt. But in his town, it wasn't, I don't know, like my town would have been like, marriage. Are you joking?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? But it's just based on your community and what you're used to.
Wow.
And that was why I think, like, even the teenage pregnancies we had, like, 2 of the girls, they were like, yeah, what do you expect from them? I'm not going to say my school was real nice about it. So, yeah, that's the thing. I think it depends on, the area. Because some people are like, no, it happens. And it's a fact of life. And then you have other areas that may not be as embracing.
Well, that was
fascinating.
sad, very sad. Is what that
Well,
was. All
it was
that was
just-
very,
I'm
very.
friends with them on Facebook now, and everybody turned out okay. So,
Did you find that Connecticut and Alabama are different? Besides that,
besides that,
when you guys are having conversations, like, just how long did you guys date?
we were together probably a year and a half.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was. Yeah. We I will tell you, it wasn't even him. This was straight up when I went to Ole Miss, and my first couple of weeks, and you're meeting new freshmen, and they do all these orientation things, and you're talking to girls, and like, oh, what are you studying? The amount of women that told me they were there for their MRS degree, and I was like, I don't know what field of study that is.
What is an MRS?
Misses?
Like MRSA? Oh.
Like,
Right.
Oh. I was like, MRSA?
What was that, like MRSA?
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant.
They went there just to meet
Just
guys?
to get married, yeah.
Dude, I'm doing that all weekend. What is that, like MRSA?
And then the amount of girls that I met who were freshmen and and they all came with rings. It wasn't boyfriends, they were engaged to dudes from their hometown that were like 29. And I go, my parents aren't going to let me near a 29. Like, what? And it was just, but it was just different. I'm going to say that couldn't happen at any college, but it just happened to be that I went to the University of Mississippi, and this is where I saw it.
Wow.
Yeah.
MRS degree.
It was an MRS degree.
like MRSA?
What is that, like MRSA? Just die. When you got to, what was the biggest thing that you, culture shock when you got to Ole Miss?
Oh, the amount of makeup that women wore.
wow, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then what happens? You adapt. And I came home at Thanksgiving and my friends were like, wow, you look beautiful. I was like, oh, thanks. And they're like, you have so much makeup on. Or I went to go get my hair done. And the woman doing my hair was like, oh, I don't want to mess up your makeup. You obviously have somewhere special you're going. And I was like, no, this is just everyday makeup because it's apparently what we do in Mississippi. Yeah, you go. I knew girls who got up at 5 a.m. for an 8 a.m. class so they could put their hair in rollers, put the makeup on, get everything planned. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And I just, that wasn't where I came from. But I adopted it real quick.
Did you, when you got to Ole Miss, being from Connecticut, were there other Connecticutians?
Connecticutians.
Connecticuters?
Connecticuters. There were 8 of us on campus. I knew 3 of them.
You had you knew how many people were from Connecticut?
Because you could, they gave you a student directory and they organized it alphabetically and then they would organize it by state. And the idea was, I guess, if you, for more, let's say, someone from Louisiana who went to Ole Miss. Of course, there were a lot of folks there that maybe you could meet somebody to carpool with for holidays and stuff. But yeah,
Oh,
there
that's
were
fun.
there were 8 of us from
Also, it's
Connecticut.
good for if you get lonely and just want to talk about home or something. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. So that was the idea but there were 8 of us. One of them played baseball. And then there was another one. I forget what he did, but I remember being friendly.
That's
with him.
unusual, man.
Yeah.
To have someone from Connecticut play D1 at Ole Miss baseball.
Yeah.
That's really
His
unusual.
last name was Bauer. I forget what his first name was, but
Wasn't
yeah.
Trevor, was it?
Boy, I hope not.
I don't think so.
I
don't know who that is.
Do you think
That was
I
the
don't
one
believe-
you
see,
should
I
have
don't-
done the MRS degree on.
I don't believe all that stuff. I think he got railroaded.
Oh, it all came out.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
good.
it all came out, and
Yeah.
that was crazy, man.
That's another thing. But yeah, and the reason why it's so unusual is because of the weather. It's baseball is played. It's a warm climate sport. So California, Texas, Florida, of course, Dominican. They are all in the southeast. It's huge, and
Right.
it's harder because
And like
there's
SoCal as well.
yeah. They're
Oh, you said that.
yeah, it's all right. They're
Hey, thanks for attending the
I
podcast,
was still looking up Trevor Bauer stuff. I was trying
We've
to find
had
out.
Pat
We don't
Sajak on the
need to
show.
get on that.
That's a callback.
anyway. That's why that's good. He must be pretty good. Just die.
Yeah, well, that was a big deal this past football season that some guy that was quarterback for the Titans who had to step in. He went to high school in Connecticut, and my little, I grew up in Connecticut pages were losing their mind. Like,
Who was
oh
this?
my God. I don't know, one of the Titans quarterbacks? Not,
Levis.
maybe? I don't know. Who was the Titans quarterback?
Tannehill.
No, it's not Ryan. It was
So
name.
it had to be Levis.
I guess it's Levis, yeah, that he went to school. He went to high school in Connecticut. I think he's from Massachusetts originally.
Look at Schaefer. Schaefer came from sports radio,
I don't know this at all.
and he's like, I think he's about to call you BS on you.
I'm looking it up. I'm
call
not
her
gonna
out.
call
Please
he
call
was
her
born
out.
he grew up in Madison, Connecticut.
Oh well, there you go.
So, okay, I have to ask you this because I remember when I was in school, my teacher used to say, they would always say Connecticut. And I'm like, that's the dumbest sounding thing ever. And it's spelled like that,
It is spelled that way.
but you don't say
No,
it.
it's Connecticut.
Okay.
What's your question?
Yeah.
Well, the
that's how I
question
say
was,
it.
do you guys ever say that? Because I had never heard, except for that one teacher. So, I say it now as a joke. I'll do it. Oh, Connecticut, just because it irks me and it's a callback to my childhood.
It is interesting you say it that way though, because like that old timey newsreel guys that the way they like that mid-Atlantic accent.
Yeah, the old Mid-Atlantic
The old-
thing. Oh,
Those
from-
kind of guys will be like in Connecticut and
Well, Levis was born in 1999 in
Yes.
Newtown. Yeah.
So guys in the 1920s would actually say it that way.
In Connecticut.
So you weren't necessarily incorrect. I think it just evolved through the
Yeah,
years.
people just stop. It's like people that stopped saying T's. Over the last 10 years, T's have gone away.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about newsreels in old movie theaters. Is kind of what they would do. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Just similar.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's how people got their news. So they would go to, hey, Garrett.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Before Twitter,
we didn't have
before TikTok.
tweet.
we didn't have TV. There wasn't any of that stuff. So how would people get their news? Well, they would get it through
The radio.
the newspaper, radio, or the government would make these updates on the war, and they would play them in front of movies, and that's how people would get their their news. What do you think about that?
That's very interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
I actually, the college that I went to, there was this theater that we had a lecture class in, and it used to be used as a old erotica movie theater.
Oh.
And that idea that doesn't make sense to me. How do people convene to go watch that kind of stuff? I don't know.
Oh, well, before
What are we
home
talking about?
entertainment.
What
He's talking behind the green door.
There was a movie theater that is now a lecture hall for my college.
lecture? I couldn't
Yeah.
understand what you said. Lecture. I got you.
But it used to be an erotic film theater, and that's all they played there.
Oh
And-
wow, like a dirty theater.
Yeah, the
Adult
concept
theater?
of that makes no sense to me because
Yeah, no, it's
for
kind of
obvious reasons.
it's like a private situation. You think? Right? And now to the war.
December 7th, 1941. No American will ever forget this Sunday morning in Hawaii. Across the blue waters of Pearl Harbor, the Pacific Fleet
This is the
rides
actual
serenely at
newsreel
anchor.
I love it.
from
There is
back
peace
then.
and quiet in Honolulu. There's the hope for peace in the
Honolulu.
heart of all
Honolulu.
Americans.
Lulu.
Oh, this
There's
guy's
a forceful plea for
swagger.
peace, in the words of the President of the United States. But his last message to Japan's emperor falls on deaf ears.
Ooh.
Grim silence is the reply.
Ooh.
No outward sign reveals what may be the nature of the Mikado's answer. In Washington, Secretary of State Hull continues peace negotiations with Japan.
And you know he's got a cigarette in his hand right
Yes.
now.
Yes. And
Yes.
he's got another one in an ashtray smoking.
Yeah, and I just imagine there's a chick across the room and when those nylons with
Check
the
across the room.
With
what?
the seam up the back.
up the back,
the
yeah.
pencil skirt.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
got
yeah.
the shoulder pads.
But dames aren't allowed in the newsroom.
Her hair has the curl, the pin curls.
Really
and she's
red.
got the little hat affixed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and a little piece of lace in front.
Yeah, she's got the veil. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep.
Oh, I gotta know what it was called.
Already, the Yellow Men have unloosed their bombs.
What?
Planes sweep the Waikiki district.
What did he say?
He called them the Yellow Men.
Wow.
Japanese.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and this was like part. This is part of our history. This
Yeah.
is part of world history, part of our country's history. It's wild. I mean,
Swiftly, the United States
It's
Air
insane.
Force gets underway for interception, for revenge.
but that's what happens when you know, surprise attack us. We're gonna call you things.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise! Surprise, surprise! Just die. I remember. Hey Carson, did you remember? I was like, we were talking to Reba, and I did that whole surprise, and it like she was like, I don't know what you're talking about, and like everyone in the room was like, I don't know what you're talking about, D. And now you see it. Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird?
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about now?
No.
Oh, you still don't know?
Oh,
Oh, it's the British talk show host who she goes, it's her intro for her show. And she goes, surprise, surprise.
dude, I'm fine.
Surprise,
Surprise!
And people took it on TikTok and Insta, and it's just used as almost a reaction.
Her name is Scylla. Bubba, I got it. I got you.
I got it. Cilla
Man,
Black?
I got you, brother. Come on, man.
Okay. You're going to play it off your phone?
No. I just sent it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to hit this right here.
Scylla's surprise song. So yeah, on TikTok, like people would be like, "Hold on, stop a second." So they'll be like, "What's a setup? Give me a setup, Carson."
Oh,
You
my man told me that he was sick, so I showed up at his door with chicken soup.
surprise, surprise. Or when my husband shows up early from work and I'm sitting on the couch with bonbons watching TV. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
What? Like, that's a thing?
Yes.
If nothing is impossible, but you believe your eyes. If the unexpected brings a smile.
This is a real thing?
Yes.
This is not a parody?
Surprise, surprise, surprise. If the unexpected hits you between the eyes.
Oh, gosh.
The unpredictable, that's the surprise you see.
And this was a thing?
Oh, here we go. Here. Oh, no, she goes back into it.
Well, it's time to say goodnight again for this week, and I'd like to say a very big thank you to everybody who's taken part in the show, especially Gordon Burns.
We
and
get
our
really
lovely
caught up in
Bob
dumb
Cowley.
things, man.
We will be back next week with lots more surprises. So until then,
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Maybe I have seen that.
okay.
Now that I'm kind of like, oh, I don't have a TikTok. I am one of the few
Oh, you
people.
don't?
No, I don't. And I do technically, but I don't follow anybody
But it's
on
all
it.
over Insta, too.
Well, that might be where I've seen it.
Have you
Okay.
guys seen?
But I haven't even been on Insta I go on literally to share the videos that Garrett will send, and then usually I'm right off. I've just kind of checked out of social media.
Good for you.
I put my phone down a lot now at home. I just put it on, like right now, it's on the charger behind me. I put it down and I just don't hold it. I don't touch it, whatever. I do have my Apple Watch that says, you have something coming in. I'll look and I'm like, okay. It's
But
a text.
Even
I'll
that's
get
different.
to that
That's
later.
a notification.
Are you guys following Harry, the little kid? He has the I forget the disease that he has. It's kind of Benjamin Button, whatever that was. whatever
He
that
is
skill-
aging in reverse.
Well, he looks like this. He kind of that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's 18, but he kind of looks like he's 35. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm thinking of backwards. Anyway, he's the best, and he's really into dinosaurs. And so his mom started doing these videos where he would talk about dinosaurs, and it's taken off. He's this past week he was on the BBC on their radio show, and when you listen to how he talks, it's so good. Listen, also my phone button. I'm sorry. Back this up.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Harry, and this is one of my toys I've got.
Dude, press
have a look.
pause
What's that
just
one?
for a moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you serious? That's his voice?
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this.
Oh, God, it's the best.
I'm gonna watch
I'm glad
this.
you like it.
I
Oh, yeah.
love interesting things.
Kathy and I
Anything-
were talking about him the other night, and she was like, "If he should do like narrations for all kinds of, I would watch that."
Yes.
All right, here we go. He's going to tell us about this dinosaur.
well, it's a Dunkleosteus,
Oh,
and it was the largest fish of its time.
okay.
Well, the Dunkleosteus is streamlined and it's shark-like, and it has an armor-plated head and a face only a mother could love.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, based on its ferocious
Yeah.
appearance, you might be surprised to learn that Dunkleosteus actually lacked any proper teeth. But don't let that fool you. Instead, were two sharp, bony blades that could slice and that could crush and slice almost anything.
Dude,
I
I would,
know.
I would
Isn't he
listen
great?
to him all
He's
day.
How
so
old is he?
cute. He's 18. He's
Wow.
18. His name is
Speaks so well.
it's that
Well, it's
British.
British.
I know, but okay, but there's no ums, there's no stumbling. He's saying big
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, he's great, man.
You don't know his last name though? Like,
Yeah,
if I want to
it's-
find him because I don't. Like again, I'd have to find him on YouTube as somebody would repost that or something.
So he's down. His mom's account is SOP Harry 0. I don't know why you would do that, but she wasn't expecting to get
Yeah.
like this video. This has 11 million views. This has 2 million views. This has 8 million views.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. I enjoy watching him, man. It kind of, I don't know.
I'm looking. I can't find him. Dang it.
It's like
yeah,
a-
if you find out, can you please let me know because I want to. I would.
Or
I
like
would
on
love-
Instagram or something?
Yeah,
I don't know that they
even
have
on
an
Insta
Instagram.
too. Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think that. I think.
Well,
they
that's
just have-
probably why I haven't.
I think they
seen
just
him.
have. He just does.
Anyway,
them
so
on
he's
TikTok.
blowing up. So that's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And yeah, this thing, you need to get on it, man. It's fun.
What TikTok?
Yeah.
I did. I man, whenever we first started our Big D and Bubba one, and I first did that, and I was like, oh man, this is a time suck.
Oh, for
If
sure.
if I open the app, it's a half an hour minimum.
Oh, minimum.
Yeah.
And I just stopped. I'm like,
Well, good for you.
I need my time.
Yeah, that's good. Well,
No reason other than that. Now, again, friends of ours are like, yeah, if you get TikTok on your phone, you might as well just throw your phone away because you have lost all privacy.
oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah,
So but you have it.
I have it.
So
but-
all your privacy's already gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I downloaded it
But now
before.
you're not using it.
No, and I just don't use it. Well, I don't use it not because of the privacy thing, but because of the time suck.
Yeah. Yeah. I should do that. No.
But see, the thing is, I'm not relevant. Like, surprise, surprise, all that. I don't know that. You know Harry talking about dinosaurs. I don't know that. That's why I love listening to our show because I get informed.
But you were out at dinner and somebody recognized you from TikTok.
Yes, that was the weirdest.
Mm-hmm.
That was the weirdest. Hey, that's that guy from TikTok.
It wasn't even radio first.
They didn't know. No, they did not. Yeah, it's weird.
Wow.
How old
It's-
was the person?
Maybe 20, 21?
A guy?
No.
A girl?
Yep. Well, it was a
else-
guy. It was
what
a
else
guy
if
and a
they-
girl. I don't know.
Was it a
who-
guy? No. So,
Yeah, it was weird.
Did I ask? Is it a girl? Like an idiot.
Good job, D.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to.
Is
the
it
thing,
on?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
it's,
no. Oh, is it off?
Oh, is it off?
We've been getting recognized for the radio thing forever, but it was just weird to see that from TikToks.
Is it raining? No.
No.
Oh, okay. Was it? Just die. Is it not raining?
Oh my gosh. I got a message from an old friend of mine, Kelly. Hi,
How
Kelly.
old is she?
Well, she's my age. So I was going to say that we go way back, but thanks.
You're the one who called her old.
Yeah. Well, so no, my friend Kelly went to Ole Miss together. And I guess she found our podcast and is now making her way backwards through it.
Yeah, we get a lot of
Yeah,
so, hi, Kelly.
459 episodes. Some people listen. They'll listen to this episode, 459. They'll go to 458, and so on and so forth. I suggest you catch the new episode this week, and then you go back and start listening to old episodes. Start from episode 1. See the evolution and the story of the shaping of the country. It's very interesting because there's a lot of weird little callbacks that happen throughout the podcast, things that you'll never get unless you've heard some of the early episodes.
For instance, the gold that you played.
Like,
just die. That's called a gold.
Yeah, and we go into, there's a couple episodes that are dedicated to golds.
I can do that every day. Golds to me are it's like surprise. It is, there's something about it, and it's I guess a psychological thing with us people, humans, is we like the little clips, it's why My Baloney has it. It's the same principle, but it's just in little forms, and then it's discarded.
My favorite one right now. Can I pet that dog?
That's your favorite now?
That's my favorite right now. Yeah, I love that.
And what's weird is that's old.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it for the first time until a few weeks ago.
And that's crazy.
Because that's the thing. I'll go back and listen to old segments of the show where it'll be something from 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm like, I just discovered that now because for whatever reason, now it just got into the algorithm and just got in front of me.
In November, I got diagnosed with diabetes, so they put me on the pill to kind of regulate the diabetes, and I've lost over 40 pounds since then.
That guy was one of the early Ozempic people.
No, because he has the diabetes.
The diabetes. Well, they're really cracking down on that. They're trying to stop people from using it for weight loss.
Don't screw it up.
That gets my favorite, actually. I think about him more than I should.
Really?
Yeah. Don't screw it.
The longer you let it hang, the more of the wild taste you get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about eating squirrel.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was the lecture hall.
That's been since I got here, yeah.
Yeah. People can't say fiance, depending on where they're from.
Fiance.
Fiance.
That's a weird thing.
Fiance.
Like, man, some people, they throw.
Well, it's the same as saying, what state? Hey, D, what state are you from? I'm from Tennessee. It's not Tennessee. It's
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my sweetheart a stick cup.
You know exactly what she looks like.
Oh,
yes.
Like we saw her. I saw her, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you mean to do that?
Have you seen that video?
No, I haven't seen that one.
You gotta watch that one.
I don't know that one.
Dude, you have to watch that.
It's a gun instructor at a shooting range,
Yeah.
and he has a misfire. Trigger discipline is a big deal. He has his finger on the trigger, and he ends up shooting
the ceiling.
Yeah, but it barely misses his face or something.
Yeah.
And
it's a revolver.
And the student goes, "Did you mean to do that?" And watch what he says.
Did you mean to do that?
Yeah. And then he acts all weird, like he just realized what happened. And then, I don't know how you would find that. Like, there should be so if there was a show that just had all these and gave you the little story behind them.
Yeah, I think it's called MTV now.
Oh, is that what they do?
They just those episodes of ridiculousness is kind of the same.
I've
thing.
never watched. Is that what that is?
You're missing nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
See ya. Bye.
Have a guy. Bye.
Have a guy.
What did he say?
He meant to say have a good day.
He said
have a guy.
See ya. Bye.
Have a guy. Bye.
No, he says have a good day. He just says it really quick.
I hear
have a guy.
Have a guy. I do.
Well, but that's like the Jimi Hendrix "Excuse me while I kiss this guy" type of thing.
Yeah.
That's right. I am a legend.
High score guy.
That's right. Hey guys. Guys, listen now.
Government shut down my computer.
Dude,
Did you hear that, Carson, the other day?
I guess not.
Oh, high score guy called and he's like, "I lost all my points." Why? What happened? The government stole my computer. They broke into my computer.
Shut him down.
And it was either the government or Facebook.
That's right. I am a legend.
So great.
You got him. You got Frankie
How
Ray.
is
Babby formed? Oh, Babby formed.
How is Babby formed?
That's old school internet right there, man.
Yeah,
that's
was
early.
Yeah.
That's dial up.
When I was doing our best of shows over the holiday,
Uh-huh.
thank you. There are hundreds and hundreds of Frankie Ray clips.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, there's a stretch where Bubba like couldn't put him on fast enough, like and people love him. He's great, but he can get old quick.
I didn't have him on for a while doing some of our programming, and then people would be like, "Where's Frankie Ray? Where's Frankie Ray?"
Yeah.
I got to give the people what they want.
He's likable.
Huh?
I do that one too a lot.
I can't hardly move. I got one leg.
How about the one the lady called and she was like, yeah, well, my husband, such and such, but he can't go by the school. He can't.
Oh.
He's got to stay 50 feet from the school or something.
Oh my gosh!
And it was quiet, and I go, oh God.
Hold on, I have that somewhere. Hold on.
She's like, well, we can't do that because he's got to stay so far away from a school, and like we didn't get it. We're like, huh? And then it finally dawns on us, and we're like, oh.
Oh man!
First you were like, huh?
Okay, that's a good one too. Going to jail now.
Oh man, I can't find the
How many do you
schools
think
one.
we have of those?
Oh my
Here's
gosh.
a great classic Peter Kosan.
I'm so happy.
One of the best people ever, and that's really him happy.
That's him.
That's as bad as much you're going to get out of Peter.
Yeah.
So, did I tell you, Peter sent us Bubba and I a picture over the Christmas break of him at a gun range shooting with his family.
Oh.
They had family gun range day.
Wow.
Can you believe that? I was like,
Didn't expect that.
really? Oh, okay, New York City. All right. I didn't think they even had those in New York City.
I can't.
Next
Well, they
thing
might.
you know, he's eating paste picante.
The New York City, the
Well
gun
done,
range.
Carson. That's good.
You're welcome.
That's good.
Get a rope. You remember that?
Yeah, you gotta tell him that. Whoever says that again, just tell him that.
Oh, that's the best. Just tell him that.
Yeah, you gotta tell him that. Whoever says that again, just tell him that.
Oh,
Okay.
no idea what he's
Hey, Carson, do you know this one? You can call me anything you want, but don't call me that. No.
What is that from?
Has that not come on your TikTok?
No.
It's some guy in a boat, some redneck guy. He's blitzed. You can call me. I just did it. But it'll pop up. Hopefully, your phone will just picked up.
Yeah, I bet now it'll be served.
I've
Do you
heard
remember
that.
we collected OKs for a while?
Oh, are you kidding? Yes, my favorite.
Okay.
That is from. Oh, play the game. The game is.
Oh, what's it
D.
from?
Identify the OK.
Okay.
Okay.
That is from. I'm John Dacre.
I'm John Dacre.
Do you know John Dacre?
No.
Oh man,
Gary, you know John Dacre?
Early internet was amazing.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Kids.
The lady at the piano for John Dacre. You can find it. Just get on YouTube later after the podcast or whatever, and just search John Dacre.
I've been at the First United Methodist Church for 35 years now.
Okay.
And give me another. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was just a
You're
listener.
just a caller.
It's okay.
Okay.
It was a telemarketer.
Okay.
Oh, that was old Tim. Remember Tim? Tim from Caswell.
Oh yeah, we haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still with us, sadly.
Okay.
Oh, she's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Okay. If I stump you, do I get water park tickets?
Oh, that one's in here.
No, yeah.
We got a lot of great ones.
If you got a card.
I'll look
Okay, I always have to call.
Hold on, let me see.
Easy.
Does Tesla see dead people?
Bro, your Tesla sees dead people.
Did you know that?
It does not.
So if you're taking a Tesla and you have the screen on and you're doing the little thing where it's drive, where you can see like what's on the screen, it will. If you drive through a cemetery, it pops up ghosts where there's
You see
nobody
people.
standing around.
You see people.
You see the dead people.
Bro, your Tesla sees dead people.
It's freaky.
I said that is a UFO. Thank you.
Thank you.
I like that one.
I like you. Thank you.
Everyone survey.
I didn't hear that.
They were doing a survey. We were doing extremely easy questions where we called, and it'd be like, what color was Napoleon's white horse? Obviously, the answer is white to the rest of us, but other people, no. Auburn? Anyway, so we got through talking with him. Okay, thanks, bye.
They were doing surveys.
He was just so happy.
So now it looks like we may get more snow than we thought.
Really?
The latest models run for Monday all show snow late Sunday. This is for Nashville. We're based in Nashville.
If I stump you, can I get some water park tickets?
Do you remember Dadgum Lady?
Oh, yeah. Dadgum Day Lady.
I played some of that while you guys were out with Dadgum Lady.
Did you?
Yes. Yep. It was unbelievable.
Have a Dadgum Day. You having Dadgum? I forget what she said now. Yeah, so it looks like late Sunday night into Monday, cold enough to stick. I still have reservations about promising anyone anything at this range. Timing, intensity, amounts still to be worked out. But most of the models are showing 1 to 2 inches. Oh, okay. 1 to 2 inches in Nashville will shut it down.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's the actual snow isn't the problem. It's the refreeze that comes after. So the day after the snow, when it melts, then
It's
it
not gonna melt.
refreezes.
There's not going to be no melt. No,
Yeah.
it won't be
For a while.
above, not till Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had a storm here, I think it was in 2021, that actually dumped like 6 inches of snow down on the ground, which was the most I'd ever seen at one time here in Tennessee in like 20 years.
What's the most snow you guys have ever seen?
At one time?
Yeah.
16 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Feet. Several feet.
But I haven't
Lake
lived in
Tahoe.
it.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of one storm, the most I've ever seen is 16 inches.
Dude, I remember when I first moved to Lake Tahoe, driving down the road, all of the street signs, when you're going up the mountain and everything, all of the street signs are like 25 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
And you're like, why in the world would they put the signs so high? And then winter happens.
Yes.
And then you have these tubes of snow that you have to drive through, and the signs are way up top. And it's like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that he was the best man at my wedding who lives in Rochester, New York, and 7 feet one time. 7 feet.
When I lived in Syracuse, Buffalo got nailed in October, and they got 6 feet overnight. Syracuse was 55 degrees, just 2 hours east.
Wow.
And it was, it was crazy. And I mean, Syracuse gets nailed too, but it was just the weirdest thing that with that lake effect snow is how it.
Lake effect's no joke.
Snow joke.
Snow joke.
Yeah.
Sounds like Granny from Tweety Bird.
Dude, we have we connect. I keep saying connected. We collected yes and yeses as well.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
And here's Blair.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, some
That's
great stuff.
pretty
I
good.
wish I could find. There's a couple of them that I yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, well.
Anywho.
All right. Well,
Chris Stapleton on.
Chris Stapleton, yes. For those of you who are listening on a podcast app, we have Chris Stapleton and a cool little interview with him. You get to hear the thing we were talking about at the beginning, where he's like, "What are we talking about? Why are we talking about this?" That whole thing. You could check that out as well.
Just die.
Right after the closing jingle.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day. It was the podcast.
Just die.